Yeah, thank you, Narmada. Hope you all can hear me well. If not, you can disturb and let me know. So, I hope you can hear me well.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Yeah. So, based on the guideline about attitudes and everything, I have selected a very holistic topic, cultivating attitude and your professional ethics, how we are going to make our path a successful one in the field of civil engineering. So thank you for the introduction about myself. And Ms. Vatsala Galhena, you can please off your mic. So in my archive, I have selected few points for everybody. It is coming as introduction to civil engineering. Then I'll be going on talking on to the industry in Sri Lanka, very especially the construction industry, and the role of civil engineers in the society. Then we will be also dealing about how we are making ourselves fit enough to work in the industry, reaping all the opportunities available by facing all the challenges which generally opens to the challenge takers. Then we will be talking a little bit about new technologies that I will touch here and there. Then how you plan our career in our long career path as a civil engineer. So I'm touching in the main scope of civil engineer in society. So when you talk about civil engineering, we must understand, I hope you are also now under the perception that the engineering profession, civil engineering profession, is something we do in design, construction, and maintenance of physical and natural built environment, which includes roads, bridges, canals, dams, tunnels, buildings, and so on. And in the field, we are the pioneers and we are the first movers. So we may be working in the site office, the boardroom, the field, and we work really hard. We enjoy life, and also we have families. Then our area is highly vocational, that is skill oriented. It's a field job. Our lab is the field, and it is definitely not a white collar job. It is rather blue collar job. We are executive blue collar professionals. So noise, dust, mud, everything is our part and parcel life. Then involves all the folks, that is from the laborers to professionals, whichever you may mention. So it is people oriented, where attitudes and our conduct matters highly. Then human touch is very important, very machine intensive. And also we are moving in the latest technology like IT. IT is the most subjected latest technology oriented area, but civil engineering is no exception. Then we are very tough and we have to seek challenges. And normally we don't believe that only one or more than less one person will apply for civil engineering career in the field, and you are one of them. So have to be very proud of. Then the major areas of civil engineering, the buildings, the civil and heavy engineering construction, then the industrial area. So under building you will get high-rise commercial buildings, hospitals, universities, shopping malls, factories, anything. Then under civil and heavy engineering construction area, you get dams, waterways, power plants, highways, railways, tunnels, bridges, whatever, sewer, water, airport, harbor. Then under industrial, you will get refineries, mills, plants, offshore structures, process plants, in factories. So we can majorly categorize our area into these three. So I will show some photographs, some engineering marvels, large scale projects, whichever I mentioned above. So irrigation, transportation, tunneling, then offshore structures, large basement, deep basement structures, then bridges, tunnel, the basements, airports, power plants, offshore structures, dams, irrigation canals, right? Then sewer treatment, water treatment, wastewater treatment. Then we'll get many. These are immersed tunnels, powerhouses, offshore lines, railway, right? And also we have very high potential of offshore structures. The rigs, then the breakwaters, the harbors, drawings and everything. And also, secondly or thirdly, we will be going into our civil engineering heritage and trends in Sri Lanka. So we have a very proud history about engineering heritage whatsoever, which is very rare. It is spanning more than 2000 years back. And the many engineering marvels like the Bisoko tour, the sluice gates, which are lined with rock more than concrete, and the Sorovers, the Kata Sorovers for smaller one and large Bisoko tours. So these are the mechanical keys in rock, large rock pieces, right? And rock tunnels, or rather channels, the natural sluice gates, like in the Soroboro River, the stupas, kingdoms, waterways, reservoirs, and also usage of elephants, animals in construction of our structures. And also after that, the imperial rulers, they also did a lot of construction, a lot of development as far as civil engineering is concerned. So that's our history. So we'll directly move on to the present and future inspirations in civil engineering in Sri Lanka. We'll touch what are the present and future trends. So we are subjected to increasing international competition. Chinese, Indians, French, Germans, all coming into Sri Lanka. And also we are going outside, like very especially in Africa, Maldives, the islands of Fiji, then Indian Ocean islands. So we are under competition. Then rapid changes in technology also being absorbed into the society, the industry. Then we talk about sustainability, safety, environmental, concerns very highly. Then our things are moving very dynamically, and we have, because of that, this moving dynamics brings us problems, challenges, opportunities, and also rewards. So we are here to mobilize our technical skills and give solutions to the seekers. So that is why the industrial training, our attitudes, our CPD, that is continuous professional development, is very, very important in this field. So once you enter in this civil engineering field, there is no exit. Until you die, you follow the rules. And there's a song also, Hotel California, something like that. So there is no exit. Then the significant areas I can see in Sri Lanka. So these are. So all the areas I have mentioned above is applicable. You will also be, experiencing all these things: condominium, buildings, factories, the roads, railways, bridges. Some might think railways are obsolete now. Oh, yes, the system is obsolete, but new methodologies are coming in. We have to electrify our railway system. There are a lot of modification required. Presently, we are doing Candy railway system improvement project, and also electrifying the line up to is the pilot project. It's now underway up to Paduka. Then bridges, the power generation. A lot of offshore structures are now being proposed. Feasibility is going on. Then solid waste sewer disposal system are going on. Sea port development. Port development, we have done our potential up to 5%. So there is 95% open. Then SMEs, water supply, irrigation, tunneling. Tunneling, we have not even started in Sri Lanka. So if our roadway traffic system is subjected to MRTs, like mass rapid transit systems like Singapore, it is heavy tunnel opportunities in Sri Lanka. Then offshore structures. Sometimes oil might come in, so we will be getting oil platforms. Then health sector improvement, and also we can go to academia and also R&D, research and development. That is one of the still developing areas, very potential area. Then if you talk about the world is moving ground scrapers as well as skyscrapers. So in 2025, the world is planning the 1 mile tower, that is 1.6 kilometers. So California dreams, they will looks like fairy tales in 2060. Hope we live up to that. Then the 1 mile tower also being proposed in the Ultima Tower. So these are concepts sometimes. The beauty is it will be almost the same height as the Everest, right? So likewise, world is moving. Then question is, what is ours? Are we moving forward? So we'll see. So the world development is now vertical oriented. So it also develops up as well as down, ground as well as in the sky. So we also has to be followed, or we may have to, or we are forced to follow the same rule. So in Sri Lankan area, if you take Colombo, maybe 10, 15 years back, it looks like this, particular calm and quiet environment. But now it is being converted into different high-rise structures, right? And we are now planning our sustainable smart cities, highways, the MRTs, lightweight LRTs. There was a proposed LRT line from Kaduwela to Colombo. So one day it might come. So the skyline is now changing. So I'm happy to announce that I was one of the pioneer engineers who has done a significant building in this change as an initiation. So after this is in 2007, we completed Iceland Tower, 33 stories within 30 months. So a lot of experience gained from that project and other high-rise buildings now in the competition. Now, if you take a view, this is the Colombo skyline. Now it got totally changed. Interior, and also we are getting our port city development, well-planned city. So these are some of the structures in the port city, and there is causeways, waterways. Many business opportunities will be generated, and it is being constructed and completed now, the reclamation, and hopefully it will come into action. Presently we are something like this, and because of the vistas of prosperity a year to come, our Colombo city line will change like this, other than the port city. So port city will be added to from a side. So traditionally our field can be divided into different core areas. So our civil engineers have a lot of opportunities selecting whatever the relevant areas they are like, as according to their likeliness. So you can go to environmental area, geotechnical area, structural area, transportation, urban development, water, material, coastal, surveying, then building, construction engineering area, whatever the thing. So based on your opportunities, you are invited to join anything. So all this happen in our construction industry. So that is a huge heaven that you are entering as very young engineers after your graduation and after your industrial training. So the construction and construction industry today in Sri Lanka, it's very dynamic process. And those who civil engineers are very physical accomplishment liking people. So they like accomplishment, start up thing, complete and be happy, and transfer and move on to a new one. So that is how we accomplish our targets. So it is in that nature. If you are like to work in a factory oriented, no changes, continuous working, that is also possible. But civil engineering is not such a field. So we go by accomplishing projects. So that means we are doing project management, very short period, complete and move on to the next. Then highly competitive, many challenges are there. So as I mentioned earlier also, we are being driven with a lot of international competition, changes, and also safety and environmental. The newly added ones are climatic resiliency in building design, and also we have to consider gender and also sustainability, and also those related interventions. So solutions are demanding. So we have to be very clear and be deep-minded, deep thoughts on our areas of specialization. So being civil engineer, you can become a jack of all trade, knowing everything to particular depth. So that is what it is demanded in the industry. So the coming years in the industry is challenging. And this is the demand in the industry for civil engineers. What are the areas? So we have design engineers, design structures, modeling, then review engineers for structures, then construction of structure, construction managers, construction engineers, planning engineers, then project managers, lecturers, researchers, instructors, contract managers, procurement specialists, then arbitrators, surveyors, and also engineering estimators. auditors, project officers who work for banks, then state institutions, compliance managers, laboratory specialists, safety engineers, then green specialists, environmental, technical, marketeers who do engineering sales, brand managers, controllers, or sometimes politicians, and also feasibility specialists. I can name a lot. So you may be absorbed into some of the areas, but some require some experience. Some you can be directly enlisted and get very good exposure in the construction field. Then industry actually requires client-oriented, engineers. They have to cater, satisfy the internal customers and also external. External is the owners. Internal is who are working for you, your team, your organization. So we have to be very customer or client-oriented. Then we require engineers who can work hard as well as smart. So don't take it as not hard workers but smart workers. Some says we require smart workers. No, first you have to be hard workers, and you learn the things, learn the basics in a hard way. Then you become smarter once you know the subject. Otherwise, you will be marketeers. You work from mouth only. So you must know your basics, bread and butter, by working hard. So that is why I'm telling industry requires not merely hard workers, but smart workers. That means you have to first become hard worker. Then once you getting your expertise, then you become automatically a smart worker. So don't go to smart by marketing, but work hard and get good exposure and experience. Then we require proactive, good planners, positive thinking people, methodical professionals who exercise innovative ways using theory. From theory, you give a lot of calculated solutions, calculated risk-oriented solutions to our problems. So that is the basic requirement in the field. So the word is getting a lot of weight. Then we want value addition to task. We don't want PN. So it's a mindset. We are not working for a salary, but we are working to take challenges and be very clear on your attitudes that we learn to work, not that we learn to be free and make easy money. No, we learn in the industry. We experience ourselves. We expose ourselves to industry to give solution and work hard. Definitely, you will be compensated. That is an automatic thing. But many people think in your younger days, why we learn? We want to make our life easy without working and earn easy money. No, civil engineering is not such a field. Then we must see the opportunities. We must take calculated risks. Smart, rhythmic people. Then future challenges and opportunities we have even in University of Moratuwa undergraduates, whatever thing, any field, we have challenges. That is professional challenges by other professionals. If you don't work, if you don't know your basics, if you don't know your subject, you will be left over. You will be competed and defeated. That is why it is very important when you enter into civil engineering field, there is no way out. You have to move forward. There is no way that you can return. So it is very important attitude in your future career. Then technical challenges will be there. You know your subjects, then apply those principles, concepts, theories to give solutions. And when you are learning from your younger days, please learn by benchmarking or copying from your seniors. And in the same time, you can do some innovations. But it is you are not supposed to, or not required, to go by your own way of thinking. But there are a lot of things that you can copy. You can learn from others, learn from the mentors, learn from your supervisor, learn from your seniors. Then new construction technologies coming in, we have to be knowledgeable about. Then resource scarcity is there. We have to find solutions. For example, river sand is a scarce commodity. So we have to find out solutions. Then likewise, there are many things coming in. Then speed, cost, safety, innovation, all are part and parcel of this. So once you have it, then you will be getting the competitive edge over other contenders. Then energy conservation is always there, and sustainability. All these things are not duties, but mindset. So you have to inculcate all this mindset into your soul. Then what we're supposed to, absorb during your undergraduateship as well as training. This is very important. So during your undergraduate study in university, you are supposed to go deep committed to reading your degree. So you have to give a lot of emphasis, hard work, and achieve the maximum excellence rewards and level. That is very important. Your main curriculum is reading for your degree. Then you can enjoy your university life, which is never ever coming again. Then we can do extracurricular activities after we are fulfilling our major prime commitment of reading the degree. So during our training, you're supposed to be very participative and deep observers. Participative, deep observers. That is very important because you are supposed to now start your industrial training. So please abide by this information. And we must know during our training, we must get an idea about the organization structure of the organization we work in. And the power distribution, how the authority goes on, and the grapevine, what are the informal and formal protocols of power, communication, and execution. So that is very important. And when you are observers, you have to be very, very cautious. Talk less, observe more, and identify the forces and the streams, very especially the power and also technical oriented streams. Then during our training, we have to collect the documents at your best and at your utmost capacity. You have to collect the CMS, study the thing. I have seen all these trainees, they ignore all these things. Construction master schedule or the plan of the project you're working. Then what is the BOQ? If you can get a copy, get a copy. But don't steal the BOQ from the site. So many people sometimes they steal everything. No, it should be a copy with permission. Then specification, how the project is being specified. The method statements, the contract, the quality, environmental and safety procedures, the drawings, some important drawings you can copy. There are soft copies also there. And S-curve, how the cost and the billing is being done. And the cost sheets, rates, work studies. So it is very important that we collect all these areas and have some idea, because one day you are going to do it by your own selves. So don't think that you are there to undergo some, what do you call it, institutional training. No, it is very deep participative and observatory experience. Then first-hand, the hand-in experience and involvement is very important. How to do a concrete, how to erect a formwork, what are the things, consider the defaults, reinforcement, how you are going to do tiling, waterproofing, painting, aluminium work, timber work, MEP work, that is mechanical, electrical and plumbing works, roof, take photographs, then ceiling, earthworks, machinery, equipment, and new technology, dewatering, retaining structures, designs, and in roads, asphalting, material testing, surveying, whatever the thing. So we must have first-hand experience in all these things. So if there's a concrete, you have to participate in the concrete, not as a mason, but as a technical personality. It could be a supervisor, it could be a technical officer, it could be a capacity of an engineer, it could be capacity of a manager. Whatever the things, we must get exposed how the first-hand in experience. Then the project management aspects, working with team, how you collect talents, your resources, then skills, and how the seniors, the actual project managers are managing all these things. Copy and learn. Sometimes you may not be doing project management as a trainee, but you can observe how other people are managing it. So those things are very important during your thing. I think it is very summarized form. So in the university, you enjoy sports, extracurricular, the curriculum, enjoy your team, the fellowship. Then during your industrial training, take calculated risk. Right? How the people taking risk, what are the risky jobs? Then it has to be calculated whether it is, approved in engineering consent. Is this innovation? No, these are utter, blunders. So these are not engineering. And also we have to always, though we are training, we have to think a little bit beyond. We have to think little great heights. So I have given some pictures just to highlight the thing. Then being the trainees, we have to get the support from the subordinates and also your superiors. Otherwise, the things won't be balanced. You can't go with the superiors only without neglecting the subordinates, or you can't be with the subordinates without or ignoring. So there should be a balance in the conduct. So we have to see the formations, processes, hidden and open in the site. I'm now giving some examples. So sometimes you will be seeing some, normal work is going on, something like this. But all of a sudden, you might see some formations, changes, but they are happening with a control structure. So we must identify all these small things during our training. So sometimes it might appear absorbently, something. So please notice all this hidden formation. Sometimes a general line during a problem, it might form like this, and ultimately celebrated like something like this. And also during your project experiencing, you will be find some bullying. Some people might, bull you. That is part and parcel of the training. Then sometimes catastrophes might happen. Experience it, but never give up. And also you're now working or experiencing a postmodernist world, and postmodernist activities also be there. Sometimes the marketeers will be getting a lot of benefits in a modernist world, not the modern world or the idealistic, world that happened in early 90s. The knowledge workers got the lot of opportunities. Now the marketeers who do marketing people get the benefit. So that is postmodernism. But they will be vanished when the real problems are emerging. So don't worry, all these marketeers or the marketing people will vanish like anything when the real problems emerged, giving opportunity for hard workers to be smarter in that environment. Right. So always we question unquestionables. Can't it happen like this? And evaluate with your knowledge learned in the university. Then always there should be some relaxation for you. Be some flexibility, rhythmic, teamwork is important. And also we have to work as there's a competitors behind us. During our training even, that is, we have to get maximum training. You can be boast about. I had this sort of full training. Sometimes some people might complain, I got something very less training and the experience are very bad. That is part and parcel of the society. So always be competitive. Always try to be a better opportunity seeker. And also team synergy is very important. How you can work as a synergic team, as a trainee even. So it is very best that you stay with the people, then enjoy some special essence of the sites. Then special habits of some senior, better people. You may observe working long hours, they are very busy, they work in fragmented things, one by one, and also simultaneously they do and complete something and complete the other aspects as well. And highly intellectual and cognitive, quick decision can be taken. How they be taking all these decisions, you have to observe. Sometimes you may not see the big picture. Try to see the big picture. Then decision making. Maybe you analyze your superior's decision making, and you can also model if that problem comes to you directly, how you are going to face it. So that's very important, that modeling. Then increase your visualization power by reading the drawing, then getting all the pictures, see the models, then practice patience, then the modern and big, the planner strategies, and also small opportunities, even as trainees, you seek. Then our life in the industry. So our life spent in projects, starting from the scratch, then go on and complete and handover. So this is I2M during its construction. Then we will be religious during our conduct. Then we do all these rituals. We are like normal. Then our presence is very important. Our attire, our personality is very important. You develop your personality in the industry, and no substitute. There is no substitute. You cannot be substituted anywhere. So be present, no substitution. Then we do initial site investigation, moving to initial projects with scratch, walk around, cleaning, jungle clearing, then attire, working under the sun, dust, and also with risk. Then teaming up with people and enjoy working in groups. So this is the normal disciplining, then exercising, then get fit to thing. And we have to always work with team. Then also we do have meetings and deep studies, discussion, and we normally take shared decisions. But being the leaders, we may be taking the decisions, but it is very important that it is collectively be taken. You will be having authority, but it's very best that seek all other people's views as well. Then we move on to do big things. So this is the Sri Lanka's largest concrete pour. It is 6,500 meter cubes happened at ITC Tower. So you will see the Sri Lanka's record. So far it is been the record. And this is the team who executed. There is all are below 40. All are below 40. And except myself. So see the big things you can conduct with very young junior engineering team. So there are many University of Moratuwa graduates, Peradeniya, Runa, doing different roles. So all are very young, quite young team, but did a big operation this during the break in the thing. And also we enjoy fellowship, outdoor, and also celebration, extracurricular. So that is how, and we have to move on new technologies. So we have in buildings new formwork system, scaffolding system, RCS system, that is rail climbing system of formwork, and the external scaffolding, very safe, assured, something like this. Then new methodologies, new techniques, pumping, then the tower crane positioning, a new equipment. Then what to see is the drawings of the external climbing shutters. You get automated climbing system and rail climbing system, RCS, ACS. We call gang formwork system. Then we have different building materials, steel, concrete, infill slabs. Then silent piler, which is very silent in driving sheet piles, retaining walls. No sound, no vibration. And it is environmental friendly conduct. Even the oils are biodegradable. Can work almost with no clearances. Then new method of testing soil, scanning the underneath unforeseen conditions. scanners. So this is the ACS, that is automated climbing system, copied with a caterpillar movement. So different formwork systems are there, modular formwork, the table formworks, the erection scaffoldings. Then this is automated building canopy system, which is covered with rain and sun. You can do many cranes are there, tower cranes, with the overhead canopy cover. Then we get pilot testing. There are many testing methods. This is Osterberg new methodology, putting a cell into it and doing the pressurizing. There we can see the bottom settlement very significantly. And also anatomy of new high-rise buildings, the mega columns, then the outrigger beam systems, the mass rafts at the bottom. Then a typical structure, the superstructure construction and the substructure construction, whatever. So new technologies are there. Splicing. Against the lap, we can have couplers splicing to reduce steel congestion. These are some of the couplers, new technology. Then new tunnel boring machines. All the things are in Sri Lanka. So this is where they are using. Then nanotechnology in our construction industry. Nanomaterial, something like. Then cleaning, dust cleaning, washing base. And also new environmental design incorporating sustainability, renewable energy in the structure. So these are the new technologies. I have mentioned a few. So we have to be acknowledged and be familiar with new technology, absorb it. If there's a construction problem, we need to find solutions. Now I am going to move on to a very good and very important area, that is planning our career as very young engineers. So you are about to take your industrial training. So in that sense, we must have some idea, inspiration, and also aspiration about our future. So professional career, it's a drama. It's scripted. You have to be prepared. You have to script your own career, your own personality. So first, you must get technical qualification. Technical qualification, that is getting a BSc. So you are technically qualified, and it will lead you to order qualification. That it will bring you some job. But to proceed in the job, be successful in the job, you need to work. You need to seek opportunity. You want to seek challenges and give solution by using your theory background, technical background, and you have to jump into the water. Then later on, after a couple of years, then you'll be experiencing many things from your own experience as well as learning from others. That is learning from the other people, your superiors. Then you become competent technical qualification. So you have to earn that one. First you become BSc, then in the utmost capacity, utmost level. Then competent technical qualification you have to get. And the culmination and the certification is obtaining a charter. So within first 5 years, you have to aim your charter. And simultaneously, concurrently, parallelly, you can also seek a master in engineering science, MSc. So everything has to happen within 10 years time. Then when you're becoming all this, you're getting all these qualifications, you will become a good manager. So we have to be good manager first. So then to become a manager, you have to, go for a, I normally say MA, Master in Arts or Lalita Kala. That is, you have to learn the art. It is not that you are aiming for MA, but you have to learn the art. Because our career or whatever we do, there are two parts. One is science, other one is art. Science is what you learn, concepts, calculations, the theories and observations and conclusions. Art is what you bring, what you enjoy. You have to make your emotions into it. In the science, you make rationality there. But in arts, you mix emotions. So when you become artistic on your conduct, only you will enjoy your engineering career. Otherwise, you will. I have seen a lot of people complaining why we did engineering, why we study to undergo such a hardships in life. So all the jobs are like that, right? So to enjoy your career, we have to master our arts in engineering. That is, you have to love our field. You have to enjoy the stuff. You have to mix emotions to it. You artist creativity, and the artists are not being satisfied with a particular development or a creation. He always try to improve. So that is the art, essence of art. So each and every project is art. So you are trying to be better and better and better than you like, and you enjoy art area that you enjoy. And when you are practicing enjoyment, you don't feel it is bored, it is tiring, it is cumbersome. So it's very, very important. Then you can see how people enjoy during your career, the training also. Are they enjoying? Are they scientific? Is your supervisors, your superiors are scientific, or are they artistic? Right? So it's very important observation. Then when you master your manager's role, then you will be later on become managers, engineering managers. And it starts a war then. That is, you will be go or force into political arena. When you are doing something, when you are managing a team, there will be a war between peers. So you have to always, conquer your strategic, strengths, and also you have to be very, very integrity in yourself, where others cannot copy or compare. So if you have technical qualification, if you manage this artistic, then always go for technical improvement, CPDs, the war can be won. Otherwise, you will be a victim. Because when you enter the manager's role, war automatically starts. War means there's a competition. So when you enter the managerial role level, war will automatically get started. There's no way out. Then if you strategize your strengths, resources, then you will win war. You will win battles. You will win projects. You will do projects better than others. Then you will be lifted to the role of master or a leader. When you become leader, then there will be followers. And also, people will demand for you. I want this guy. I want this. You want to be like him, something like that. So you become leader, but don't try to be a leader or jump into the leader's role without, shortcutting any of the above. It has to come one by one. If you jump into leader's role first, definitely your war will be lost. So when you win the war, then become a leader. Then you will be having not subordinates, you will be having followers. That's very, very important. Then once you become a leader, you can sell your talent. You can demand higher salaries. You will be demanded. You will be wanted in everywhere. Then the level 5 leaders, that is in the leaders of leaders. So Tom Peters in the Good to Great book, he very well defined the level 5 leader role. That is a very, very ethical leader who will bring their juniors to culmination, groom them. He will build a talent base. So that is level 5 leaders role. So I have not seen level 5 leaders in many organizations because some I will show you. Many are corporate psychopaths. They don't know level 5 leadership role. That is, when you become a leader, if you go to the pinnacle, then it is your utmost duty to bring your subordinates, bring your juniors to that level. You should never be demoralize your seniors when you're becoming higher and higher. Get them also. That will be a big force for you all. It comes as a talent base. So will be regarded as their masters and they will adore you. So they will be followers. Then self-actualization, you bring ethical and some divinity into your life, in your movement. Then ultimately in the 60s, 70s, in your age, you become a legend. So that's our career drama. So script it. Now, CPD is very important. That is continuous professional development. So normally CPDs, generally we say the rationale is 5 years, 5% remain. That is, each and every 5 years, you have to fill 95% of your knowledge. So now I am using maybe 1% of what I learned from university, because I have gathered 99% from outside by experience, by reading, by benchmarking other people. But when you enter from the university direct into the field, you will be using 95% of the learned subjects into your career. But after 5 years' time, you will see that only 5% is applicable. You require new talents. That is what CPD is meant for. So you acquire 90% of new talent in each 5 years' time. That is why I'm telling you have to get master, you have to get charter. In each 5 years, there should be some promotion, for example, for simplicity. So that's the idea. So this is CPD plan. You have to have your value, your aspiration at your thing, your lifestyle, what you want to become, your values, your skills, Then you have some goals, you have plans, work for it and enjoy the success. If you are not enjoying the success, your goals are there, but plans are not that appropriate. Change the plan, revisit goals, then again execute. One day you will be becoming a successful engineer in your life. So then the positive life for us is very, very important. So we have many areas. We have our life, we have our family, we have our job, we have our organization, we have our country. So all these things are very important to us, right? And also the world, what we will deliver to the world. So in our positive career, progress, as I mentioned, the life, the family, health, job, your promotions, the organization, and the country, right? Your professional development, the organization, and the country. So it's like a jugglery of balls, right? And it's a acrobatic jugglery. You throw it up and you collect it, and all the balls are coming one by one, going up and down. Please remember that the life, the family, the health balls are glass balls. If you drop, it will definitely have permanent indentation or damage. Others, all rubber balls. If you drop your job, you can find it. Maybe something better. If you sometimes professional development, it's being dropped for some reason, maybe economic reason, maybe family commitment, but you can get it. It is a rubber ball. Organization, you can change, you can seek new. Country also, you can sometimes go up and down and stay in overseas. So country, organization, professional development, job, all are rubber balls. You can throw it up and if even it drops, you can get it without any damage. But your family, health, the life, if it drops, you will be having some permanent indentation or permanent damage. So idea is you have to balance all these things. Life, family, health is very, very critical. Then in our planning, we have to plan our career, then we have to implement it. So I have given these pictures on that narration. You have a plan, you have implementation. So the dog is supposed to be no plan, no implementation. So we normally say running like a dog. So some people are there, no plan, no implementation, you become a dog. Then some like monkeys, you have a big plan, but no execution, no nothing. Because monkeys are homeless, each and every rain they get wet, and imagine that the next rain they will be under a shelter. So some people are like monkeys. And some people are cuckoo birds. You have no plan, but implementation, execution is very, very high. You get your work done. How? They lay eggs in the crow's nest. No plan, but they will some or other manage their things. So some people are like cuckoo birds. But the most important animal is, or concept is, the eagle. Eagle has plan and very sharp execution. So be like eagles. They are very, very secured. Nobody can reach. And their targets are very planned, and execution is very, very speed. Then I will move on to some metaphor about our career. You will be remember. So our careers are like, industry is like a river. you know what is a river is. You have upstream and also downstream. When you move upstream, you will get very pure water, but with a very strong current, and so on and so forth. But bottom, when it goes slow and volume become large, water become dirty, then it is turbulent, not turbulent, but it is turbidity is very high, not clear water. So in our industry, we are like cops, right? So this is the Japanese story. So even they have this effigies, the carp effigies. They hang on their children's birthdays in there. So this koi carps or the carps supposed to travel upstream for their reproduction and also for better life. So normally they go from dirty water to better fresh oxygenated water upstream, because it's very clean, aerated, oxygen is very high, but the currents are little high. So we are like carps. So from we start from dirt, then we move on upstream. Our careers are like that. So we do MSc, getting charter. Why? We want to be better area. But that area is turbulent. The currents are so fast. So, but we move upstream. So we jump over small, heights, elevated things, and we'll go. We are like carps. So during our upstream journey, sometimes we cross rivers. Sometimes our organization is we are not happy about our job. Then we cross over from one river to another. Please do remember, when you are crossing over in your career for better prospects, do it during the rainy season. That is, when the water is plenty and in better ground. So if you take this pandemic affected now present scenario, present environment, you are not supposed to cross because it is very dry season. When the things are moving good, when projects are in the full free, then you can seek job opportunities. But present day concept is secure your job and be in the same river, maybe in a mud, particular mud, tank, but be there, because this is not the time for crossover. You have to wait until rainy season. Then when you journey, the fish sometimes think, and they will face a huge, drop of elevation. It's like a waterfall. So the fish coming up to the bottom tank, and they're planning to, jump this giant heap to the top. It looks impossible. Sometimes you might think getting a charter is a huge, task, because there's a big, getting MS is a huge task, big jump. But you have to plan. So this is the normal scenario. This is your target to jump over the thing. There also we have to, fragment your task into small. Wait until the rain season, fragment it, small steps per time. What will happen? During the rain, there will be a lot of, small water flow overflows here and there. But dry spell, you will get only a huge, drop. Others will be dried up. So during the rainy season, good season, better season, you can have small steps. Take, fragmented one. That is how the fish travels and taking this huge task, huge, challenge into their body. So they will jump. and they will go to the top. That is how they move. So we learn from fish. We also fragment our big task into small, then achieve. So we plan 5 years ahead. Then getting the MSc or something charter will be easy. So something like that. So then you jump onto the better water upstream. So when you are traveling in this river, sometimes we will be facing professional predators. So normally we call corporate psychopaths. Sometimes it might be your competitor. They will eat you. They will pulverize you. Some people might feel jealous. Some people may be hypocritical. Something like that. So be careful about these animals. It might, you might, go with talent, but ultimately you will be died during the journey. So it's very, very important, seeking better pastures, avoid these bears or corporate psychopaths. Be cautious. And also when your journey, don't be misled. Sometimes the fish thinking that it is freshwater, they will go to sewer lines, something like this. So you will be dragged into some dirty tricks, dirty works, something like that. Should never follow. So please avoid your undesirable deviations. Maybe getting a bribe, maybe doing something unethical. Right? So it's very important that we consider all these aspects. Then once you move on to upstream, the water there is very, very clean, but it is very cold, and where the currents are very strong. Don't think that jumping to upstream, jumping into better position brings you sometimes comfort. No. You have to work really hard. You have to be on the ball, roll on, and fight with the challenges. So my idea is, when you move forward, move or jump or elevated in your position, your challenges are very, very high. But your oxygen level, your water, clarity, you can see clearly, but the currents are strong. And the temperatures are very, very low. So you have to be very fit. You have to be very strong. And also you have to be challenging. For that, good training, better qualification, good exposure, lesson learned from your defaults, your mistakes is very, very important. So I think I can talk more, but we'll stop there, because don't forget the support. And during your career, you will be joked like this. Sometimes people might challenge you like this, but don't be distracted. Be innovative and very strong in striking. Adam Gilchrist one time were hitting like hell by putting a squash ball into his hand glove, which absorbs a lot of the shocks that the bat will brings you. And they won against Sri Lanka, maybe 10 years back. Positive. And also think about corporate catastrophe. So good example is the Zinedine Zidane. He lost his captaincy, his World Cup, everything because of ultimate losing his temper. So leadership catastrophe also there. When you're becoming succeed in your life, don't ruin yourself as well. So these are some of the examples. Always seeks real threat right? Sometimes you might be catching a harvest, but your real threat is behind. Be careful. And be yourself. Adapt a strategy. You should never show your position in the field. You may be here, you may be there, and strategize yourself and be successful in your career. So I will stop my thing. I can go on. There are many few slides, but I think if you can take what I have highlighted during my short presentation, that's rather enough for your career success. So all the very best.